Any life hacks for falling asleep fast? Hi, are there any life hacks for falling asleep fast that you are aware of? I am fighting so bad with falling asleep and I'm desperate to hear about anything that might work. Thanks. Just heard about this today. When you're lying down, pick a category: types of desserts, for example, and start at the beginning of the alphabet and name items: apple crisp, blondie, cake, etc. Apparently it turns off the part of the brain that causes your mind to race. I'm gonna try it tonight. Honestly, watch Bob Ross episodes. I can't make it 20 minutes before passing out. It's a nightly routine. What helps me the most is a nighttime routine. Whatever your is, it tells your body is time to sleep. Takes a little time before it works. Your body has to learn X, Y, and Z actions mean sleep time, but it will help once your body learns the pattern. Same with going to bed at the same time every night. My wife gets so pissed that I can fall asleep 30 seconds after my head hits the pillow. I credit it to the fact that I can turn my brain off when it's time. She says I can turn my brain off because I'm an idiot. Maybe try working on becoming an idiot. Works great for me. It's probably been mentioned, but Google the Army's recommend method of relaxing every muscle in your body, even your eyes, and focus on nothing but the idea of you floating down a river. Something like that, but it worked for me when I was in a sleep rut and I've been able to call upon it to get my head down ever since. I absolutely cannot sleep in a silent room. I listen to podcasts to get to sleep. Nothing scary or too story driven, normally some people chatting. I find it very relaxing. It's literally 20 minutes for the podcast to get to sleep and hours without one. Yes. Close Reddit. And any other doom scrolling app. I know you are tucked in bed reading this. Drop the phone. Good night. I was an insomniac. I was told to start practicing diaphragmatic breathing, which stimulates the vagus nerve, which stimulates sleep. I thought it was BS, until I was desperate and tried it. It works for me 99.99% of the time. Listen to Andrew Huberman's podcast episode on sleep, Sleeping Face. 1. No screens or even bright house lights for about an hour before bed. They keep your awake hormones going. 2. Don't use your bedroom for other activities throughout your day. Get your brain used to the idea that this place is your sleeping place. 3. Make sure you got some exercise in at some point in the day. 4. Make sure room is a good sleeping temperature for you and is completely dark at bedtime. 5. Try to keep your sleep schedule regular. Like same time every day. 6. Look into meditation or other mind-calming techniques as needed. Masturbation is your friend. I used to listen to old How It's Made episodes. The soothing voice, the repetitive noise and the overall ambience was very soothing. I'd cry, but Forensics Files does it for me. I think it's the narrator's voice that helps me sleep. When my mind races while trying to go to sleep, I count down from 99,999. That allows my mind to focus on a monotonous task so anxiety doesn't take over. Try meditating. Melatonin and lemon balm. This is what I do. For every letter of the alphabet except X and Z, I recall the names of 3 animals that begin with each letter. Example: A is for ant, antelope, alligator. B is bear, bee, bull, etc. I am falling asleep already, but you get the gist. Exercise. Wake up in the morning and put some work in. By 8:30, I'm fighting to stay awake. Try it. My no-fail trick is to get as comfortable as I can on either my back or my side. Take a few deep calming breaths. I focus from my toes upwards and pick muscle to muscle, making sure everything is relaxed. It's interesting the places you'll find you are holding tension. Usually by the time I get to my waist or shoulders, I'm asleep. Now, staying asleep, that's where I struggle. Read specific interesting educational books. Personally, I love sciences, so I bought a book about quantum physics that is mid-complicated to understand. It tires me out quickly but very interesting. I want to finish reading it. Every time I read 10-15 pages until I can no more and I just want to fall asleep. 1. Box fan. 2. Set thermostat to your comfy temp. I like polar bear cold. 3. Put on socks and hunker down. The kind of meditation where you feel a muscle group and then relax it. Foot, ankle, calf, thigh, hip, etc. etc. It gives a specific focus to keep the thoughts in check and done right. Tempo is low. You can do breathing exercises at the same time to lower the heartbeat, and relaxation in all muscles, at least for me, makes the body more accepting for the sleep. Alternatively, I use calm music. Smoke some weed. Try magnesium glycinate, 400 to 500 mg, maybe with vitamin K2 and D3. It's inexpensive and much better than melatonin. I can't remember where I read this, but after I do it twice I start to yawn and can't remember falling asleep. It's called 478. Take 4 very deep breaths. Hold your breath for 7 seconds. Blow out for 8 seconds. Rest peacefully. 1 or 2 legs outside the blanket. Prayers. I used to have a terrible time falling asleep. Tried everything. TV when I started to pray. I don't think I even make it to the Amen part. There's so much to pray about. Hope it works for you if you try it. Same here. It sucks. I close my eyes, just lay there, toss and turn, and can't fall asleep. Meanwhile, my girl is out as soon as she hits the pillow. I can't sleep in a silent room. My brain starts racing, thinking the craziest things. I hope you can find help on here, and myself. I take a daily 20 minutes afternoon nap and usually fall asleep in 2 minutes. I can do this on a random couch in the library, in my car, at the airport, etc. I trick my body into falling asleep by imitating sleep in 3 ways. 1. Slow breathing. Intentionally take long, paused, deep breaths. 2. Close your eyes and visualize something familiar. I typically visualize a Rubik's Cube, and rotate it slowly. 3. Pick a familiar person's voice, and simulate them talking to you in your head. 4. Bonus: it really helps to wear earplugs or AirPods with ambient noise, and have a shirt covering your eyes. Good luck. Masturbation and Benadryl. Have 5 kids. 1. Sleepies. A non-prescription sleep aid. It works. 2. I play thunderstorms in the background or put on a TV show I grew up with, like Jeopardy and MASH. Something that sounds like home and gives me a cozy feeling. 3. Weed. And lots of it, embarrassed smiley face. I play an alphabet game where I think of a category and have to name something in that category starting with that letter. Eventually I fall asleep, been doing it since my first baby was born. It's how I killed time when she was going to sleep as a toddler. Your bedroom is where you sleep, at least that's my association. Other activities are keep to a minimum. Go to bed at the same time every night if possible, and get up at the same time. A little later on the weekend seems okay. Cold and dark is the rule of thumb as well, and of course ditch the cell phone. Sleep hygiene, like most things, takes some practice. Oh, and no clock watching. If you can't fall asleep right away, put on a somewhat boring lecture from YouTube and turn your screen off. I kid you not, babies don't sleep as well as I do. See a doctor. Get a whole panel workup. Blackout curtains and brown noise. Sounds like the inside of an airplane. Blocks out background noises. A fat blunt of some good indica helps too. 10 Mercine or higher. Use something that you can hear like a ticking clock or the hum of an overhead fan. Sync your breathing to the sound, nice and slow, and just let yourself drift in the noise. Taught to me by a therapist years ago as an alternative to medication, and it works for me. Sunlight and exercise as early as possible has been my go-to lately. Cannabis. Melatonin. It's made in the body, so it's natural. No more than 10 milligrams, per my doctor, but start out with less until you find your dosage.